So, hey guys, I'm going to post two videos today. So, this is the first one, just going over what we're doing for the week. And the second video will be a PowerPoint talking about your midterm. So, this week you have two things due. The first thing is your second draft of your essay number two. So over the weekend, you should have submitted your best draft. You should have gone through the peer review, and Thursday by 11:59, you want to submit your second draft. Um, do not wait until 11:40 to start that process. So this past week, I had people who were like, something went wrong and I got locked out. Just, and I get it. I get it. But try to give yourself enough time so that if there are any technical difficulties, that you have time to resubmit before you get locked out. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing you have to do is your midterm. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I'm going to talk about essay number two first. In that second draft, and I want to look at Turnitin specifically. So I'm going to share my screen. What am I doing? All right, so Turnitin, and I'm just gonna, so this is Turnitin. And so all of you had, for this essay, you had to kind of click on, Turnitin before they let you submit, before Canvas lets you submit. So this is the, when you see a number like 4%, this is the number of, this is the percentage that Turnitin has identified as things that might be plagiarized, or quotes and paraphrases that might need some more work or more context. This is a really low number. This is a great number to have on Turnitin. If your paper is at 20% or 30% or 50%, then you want to go in and check, because that means it's probably a case that a lot of your paper is plagiarized. And a plagiarized paper, when you hand in the second draft, is in fact an F. So you just want to check and make sure. So to see your report, you're going to click on that 4%, which is, again, is a really good number. And it'll take you right here. So because this is a good number, and this person did a good job of making sure that everything was in his or her own words, there's not a lot to see, but I just wanted you to walk through, wanted to walk you through it. So here is where you first want to come in. So flags for review are just that. These are things that Turnitin feels like you may have plagiarized. So you would click on here, and then it would give you a list of flags that you need to review. This is going to be in red, and it's going to be highlighted. So anything that's red and highlighted in your essay, you want to go in and check. And it'll give you the website it came from. So if I'm looking at this, I can see the website where you, if it's a flag, I can see the website where you got the text from. Now you can also go and see all sources, and these are all sources that are used. Again, there's nothing here that's going to pop up any red flags in the paper, like this person's fine. But then you can also go in. So this person's at 4%. But when I exclude quotes and I apply the changes, this person's at 0%. So you can also go in and using this button. So that means there's really no problems with this paper at all in terms of paraphrase or in-text citation, or quotes, which is great. So that means that this paper is generally all this person's ideas, and that their citations and their use of text to support their argument is pretty strong. And that's what we're going for. So I don't want you to think about, I'm going to come out of this. I don't want you to think about Turnitin. I don't want you to think of it as punitive, because that's not how we should be thinking about it. But it is a way for people to work on making sure their quotes and their paraphrases are cited and cited correctly. So it's a really good tool for that. And based on our first paper, some people are still kind of struggling a little bit with, one, that in-text citation, and two, incorporating quotes using that quote sandwich. And that pretty much is really important to a college level paper. Like, I don't think you'll ever write a paper again where in-text support, where textual support won't be required. Like, that just doesn't happen from this point on. So before you hand in essay number 2, you want to make sure you review that Turnitin report. And if it was like a huge flag, like if Turnitin in your paper and it said 50%, I wrote you a little note saying, hey, you need to go check this because this looks like it's your paper's primarily plagiarized. And if you hand it in, you're going to get an F. So just use it. And so it's a way of preventing you from handing in something that might be problematic later on and that might get you a grade that you don't want. So that's Turnitin. I'm going to come over here, and I also want to talk about, so this paper, essay number 2, is due, your second draft, it's due on Thursday at 11:59. Again, do not wait to the last minute to hand it in. And then this week you also have, we're at the halfway point. So you also have your midterm exam. So your midterm exam it's just another essay, because generally that's what the whole class is about. Like, we want to help you perfect your essay writing skills so you can have an easier time as you move through college and get that BA or BS. So here's the reading for it, and the reading is available now. So I would go in and I would annotate the reading. I would kind of figure out if I agree or disagree with it. I would mark any interesting quotes. And then the midterm exam will not be open until Friday. So if we were in a classroom, we would only have one class period to answer this. And so, you would have an hour and 15 minutes to do the essay. Because we're not, I just gave you the weekend. So you will have from Friday at 9 o'clock when I post the question to Sunday at 11:59 to get the essay into me. And that's it. Again, just a simple 5-paragraph essay. On Friday, I will post a video going over essay structure, going over, like once you have the question, going over a closer reading of the text, and kind of prepping you a little bit for the essay. So in those first papers, the people who didn't do as well as they could have, and it's pretty obvious, like it's pretty obvious to me if you're 1, looking at the videos, and 2, reading the text and engaging with the text, and 3, like it's pretty obvious. So the people who didn't do as well as they could have just weren't doing those things. And that's going to come out in your papers, because the papers are an evaluation in a lot of ways of what we've been learning through the course. So if you have not been, watching the videos or reading the announcements or going through the modules, you've actually not been learning. And so your papers are going to reflect that. So make sure that you look at all the videos, go back and look at the videos if you need to, because week 7 is when things start to really pick up. And early on, I don't really worry about grades because it's early on. Week 7, I start to worry. So if your grade is super low, you need at least a C to pass this course, which is a 70. So you want to either reach out to me or start talking to me, because it's going to get to a point where you cannot bring that grade up just because there will be no more time. Having said that, most of you are in great shape. But a few of you, if you're not kind of engaging in the course the way you should be, then you may be in trouble, and you do want to start engaging in the course in the way that you should. So again, the question will be posted on Friday. I'll post a video with the question that offers a closer reading of the text and offers some ways to kind of get into the text and reminding you of outlining, and reminding you of textual support and how to incorporate quotes and paraphrases. So I'm going to stop my share. So I also have a video posted. I'm also going to post a video for you about race and racism, because the reading for the midterm exam is about race and racism. So you want to, after you finish this video, you want to go and look at that video in preparation for the reading on the midterm. All right, so I'm going to post another video. I'm going to end this. Take care.